Okay, just a quick little video as a warning to anyone who's going to buy one of these associated 14T, 14B reflex vehicles. Overall, I'd say it is pretty well engineered and a fun little vehicle to drive, but there are some really glaring problems right out of the box. So first off, this center differential, this front bearing, I bought 4 of these, 1 for me and 3 for my kids. And each one of them, within 5 minutes, this front bearing seized up and caused people, people complain about spur gear sound and need to adjust it. No, it's the bearing actually just breaks, and then it breaks everything around it. I've replaced all the bearings with fast eddy sealed bearings, and that seems to have solved the problem. But it's just a terrible design. And in order to get this spur gear out, you need to take this thing off, which is double stick tape down, to get the screws out underneath it, to get this bar out. And also to get the differential out, you need to take off this, the whole back end, the whole rear differential, everything. It's a terrible, terrible design as far as user friendliness. So I wanted to warn you about that. The speed controller, it likes to cut off the voltage too early, is what it seems like. So it only lets you get about not even half of the capacity of the battery. So I go to charge the battery and it's at 3.83 volts or something to that effect, 3.89. It's not even half discharged. I'm only getting like 600 milliamps when I charge it up with my charger. So this needs to be replaced with a Hobby Wing clone, which is going to be 25 bucks. Plan on spending $22 and tearing the whole damn thing apart and replacing the crappy shielded bearings with like fast eddy seal bearings or something. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I found those bearings and they worked, and I've been running it. I've probably got 10 runs on it, and so far, no noise. The back shocks, as other people have said, maybe put some thinner oil in them because it does bounce around a lot. And one more thing no one tells you about, little rocks. I have a gravel driveway, and little rocks get stuck in this all the time. So it's basically worthless to some extent off-road unless you don't have, like sand and rocks it is not friends with. Yeah, so just a warning, if you're going to buy one of these things, you can make it work, but it sounds like, minimally it's going to need, I wouldn't even try to drive it off, I wouldn't even try to drive it stock because it only takes a few seconds, and all of a sudden you're going to hear noises with the spur gear because this thing breaks and gets it out of line. Yeah, so buyer beware on this one, and it's sad because I'm a lifetime associated user. Their 10th scale stuff seems to be great, but this, I don't know. It's not cheap. It was $215 for this with the charger and everything.